Israel attacks nuclear Iranian sites. Trump urges Iran to get into an agreement. Trump goes to the Coinbase event and talks about stablecoins. So all of this and more in today's video. Let's jump right into it. So welcome folks. Very chaotic last 24 hours. We had huge market shakes and we can see it right now. Let's actually jump into the prices and look right here at Bitcoin 104,829. We have Ethereum at 2,544, XRP at 214, BNB at 651, Solana at 144. So why are these prices down so much? And as I said, it is because of the explosions, the missile strikes and the missile launches from Israel all the way to Iranian nuclear sites. If we go to Reuters, it says that that strike killed at least 20 senior Iranian commanders. And here we have more articles. I'm not going to go into this, but Trump is urging Iran to make deal after the nuclear blasts from Israeli missiles. So all of this and more were the catalysts for the prices that we saw for crypto. So should you be worried that this is going to go down even more? Well, I'm not sure. We have to see the markets, how they react and how they move. If we jump to look, actually, we can see the pricing itself of Bitcoin going oversold here. This is the 1 hour charts. If we switch to the 4 hour charts, we can see it a little bit better, but we went below the Bollinger Bands, breaking below like we did a few days ago on June 5th, but this was super fast and we went back up all the way to the 110,000. And here we went from the 100,000 all the way to the 110. Now we went to 103,000 and now we are circling back at around the 105 mark. But on the other side, it shows us that we already went to oversold territory. So that could mean that the bleeding is over or the bleeding has stopped a little bit. For Ethereum, we can also see that we went below the Bollinger Band and now we're trading closer to the 200 moving average. So what I would like to see is for Ethereum and Bitcoin to stay above these prices right here, because this would mean that we just tested below the 200 moving average, but we're going to be holding strong above it. So hopefully that's what's happening. And after that, we should see prices going back up. On Solana, huge drops. As always, Solana, as fast as it goes up, it goes down as well. So here, if we actually overextend this right here, we went all the way up to the 200 moving average, which was also the bottom of this box right here, which we were a few weeks ago, we were inside this range. And now we're going from below, trying to get inside this range again. But now the 200 moving average is going to hold us very strong. It's going to trying to impede us from getting there. So not so good for Solana to get above the 165. If it does, it is green lights for us to go even higher, but most likely we're going to be trying here for a while before we break through this, especially with this huge negative volume that we saw right here. And of course, with all this war talk, with all of these explosions and missiles from Israel, guess what? $1.1 billion liquidated. All of them were long. If we switch to the 24 hours right here, 88% of all positions liquidated were long positions. So very bad day in the market. Everything above $1 billion per day in the last 24 hours is quite a lot. So hopefully you were not one of the people affected. And we actually saw that happening right here. We can see it here from the volatility that we had a huge spike from low 70s all the way to the 76. And now we're going back down. Again, I always advise you, whenever you have the chance to sell right at these peaks right here. This is a good one. This is another very good one. All of these are very good places to sell either calls or sell puts. This is up to you, or even spreads, put spreads, call spreads, doesn't matter. Selling options or anything that is credit that you are shorting volatility, it is better to show at a higher IV because you're going to have juicier premiums. And whenever IV drops, again, you can see that the volatility drops. It's going to be safer for you because the pricing itself of the underlying asset, in our case Ethereum, slows down. Ethereum moves slower, okay? So lower volatility, meaning that total movement, the total market movement for Ethereum, it's lower. If we go to a higher IV, it means that a total movement that Ethereum can do in 24 hours or 7 days or 30 days, whatever that is higher. It means it can move up and down way more. So this is why I like to short volatility, which brings us to our daily trade. If you see now, we have a put spread. So I sold a 23.50 and I bought a 21.50. I even marked it right here. You can see this is the strike of the 23.50, meaning that if Ethereum, by the time we get all the way to 5 a.m. tomorrow, if Ethereum stays above this price, I'm good to go. I made that return, which is actually 0.68%. So very good for me. And currently we are around 8% from that price. So as I said, high IV, 8%, I'm still getting 0.68% return. Fantastic spread. Hopefully this holds on, and I think it will. And if we see IV dropping even more, that is way more good news for me because it makes my spread safer. So futures for the S&P 500, for the US 500, they went down from a high of 6,050 all the way down to 59.25, and now we're closing that gap back up. And we actually opened with a gap here on the S&P 500. We were yesterday around 6,040, 6,045, and we opened with a gap right here at 6,000 flat, and now we're closing that gap, which is good. If we close the gap, it means that the market is filling in positively and not negatively, and that is also good for crypto. We should see that reflecting positively for crypto as well. Hopefully this volatility is good for us to make some more trades here on the copy trade as well. We are currently at 1.38 for the month of June, and if everything goes right, hopefully we can make more than March and be above the 3% for the copy trading strategy. It would be fantastic. That will sum up today's video. I hope this was insightful. If it was, please comment down below, leave a comment. Thank you so much for the engagement and for the views that we're getting back slowly, but we're getting these views back here. And it means a lot because it is all because of you. You guys are helping by commenting, by sharing, by interacting with the video. So on the analytics page, I kind of see that line going back up again, and that is a good sign. So hopefully these videos get back in the algorithm and YouTube starts sharing them again. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a safe weekend. Take care. Peace.